is definitely one of my favorite interviews and one of the most iconic country artists of all time.
Jolene, 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 please don't take him even though you can.
She's actually mouthing the words here in the studio. Now, country music star, superstar Dolly Parton has a brand new album for kids, and she joins us right now to tell us about I Believe in You. Good morning to you, Dolly.
Good morning. Hello, Dolly. Well, hello right back. I'm always excited to be here with all of you, but I'm excited about my little children's album. After all this time, I've written hundreds of songs for kids, and of course, you know, I have the Imagination Library where we give books to children from the time they're born till they start school. So I've written many songs based on the books that we give away, so many of them are included. So it's just a wonderful little album with singable melodies, teach little kids how to be better little people. So I'm excited.
What's the secret to that, teaching kids to be better little people?
Oh, well, all the songs in the album just talk about things like there's one about bullying. It's called Making Fun Ain't Funny. One's called Responsibility, which they spell out the words and they can sing it. So I tried to put some singable little melodies with messages that they can learn about. So, and the I Believe in You is kind of based on the Little Engine That Could. That's our first book that we give out through the Imagination Library. And by the way, all the money from the album goes to the Imagination Library to put more books in the hands of more kids.
It is such a great program that you started. For folks at home that don't know about it, what is it and how can they get information?
Well, it's called the Imagination Library. I started it 22 years ago in honor of my own dad who couldn't read and write. And so I started it just in my home county. I got my dad involved, helping to put it all together. He took such pride in it, and he got to live long enough to see it doing well. But it did so well that it went all over Tennessee, all over the United States, into Canada. Now we're in several places all over the world. So it's where we give books to children from the time they're born. They get a book once a month in the mailbox with their little name on it. And so until they start kindergarten, so till they're 5 years old, it'll teach them to learn to read, to love books, and be, you know, to intermingle with their families as well.
Your father was obviously a big inspiration in your life.
Well, my dad was a really, really special person. Like so many mountain country people, and the schools were far away, and the kids were many, and so a lot of mountain people didn't get a chance to get an education. They had to stay home to help work to feed the rest of the family, and that was the case in my dad's case. And he was so smart, though, I always wondered what all he might have been. And I get my work ethic from my dad because he was such a hard worker. I get my creative and my spiritual side from my mom, so it was a good combination.
He was a hard worker, not just working 9 to 5.
Oh, that's true.
Speaking of,
The reason I mentioned 9 to 5, because at the Emmys, I'm sure the next day your ears were burning because people were saying the most anti-Trump moment of the Emmys were when you and Jane Fonda and Lily Tomlin, who all starred in 9 to 5, were there. You looked very uncomfortable. You didn't say a word. What was going on?
Well, Lily and Jane, and I'm Dolly, and I can't tell them what to do, but everybody knows I don't do politics because my mother was a Democrat, my daddy was a Republican, so I'm a hypocrite. So I try, and I've got as many Republican fans as Democrats, and I don't want to make any of them mad at me, so I don't play politics. Plus, I'm an entertainer. I don't usually voice my opinion in a situation like that, but I was just happy to be back with them to get that standing ovation about the movie.
Right.
I was there about,
were you were nervous back then, knowing you don't want to talk politics and you knew they were going to say something?
I was a little nervous, but I knew I wasn't going to play the game. But a lot of people got mad at me because I didn't say something. I thought, well, what if I hadn't said something? I didn't know what to say. But I just always go to a boob joke if all else fails.
Make people laugh.
Disarming across the board. Yeah. No, I think a lot of people, you can't wait when you start playing politics, you're ticking somebody off.
Oh, no, it broke my heart, though. When people were mad at me, I thought, what was it I was supposed to do or not do? I just did me, so that's that.
Dolly, I love your story because you didn't grow up with much. How many kids in the house?
Well, there's 12 of us kids, 6 boys and 6 girls my mom and dad had.
And your parents got to see your success?
Well, my dad got to live long enough to, oh yes, they saw my success, but Daddy got to live long enough to see the Imagination Library come to doing good. And he loved it when the kids called me the book lady. He took such pride in that.
Sure.
So yes, they were there. They saw my career really doing good, and they were very proud of me.
Well, you're not just the book lady, you're also the singing lady, and check out her brand new first ever her children's album is called I Believe in You. Dolly Parton.
You exude love. We love you,
so
Dolly.
much.
Thank you for all that you do.
Loving me.
Thank you.
More Fox and Friends coming up just moments away.
And although we had no money,